Now we are working with something that is actually very different than what we've been seeing so far. For instance, we can work with something as follows. Let's say we are doing this exercise, which is still to multiply. We have the fourth root of 36 a squared b4 times the fourth root of 12 a fifth b5. Well, how can we actually get to understand how to do this one? Guys, this is my stats. Welcome back to this channel where I give you guys what I can say the easiest route as possible to understand mathematics. Take a moment to actually hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And of course, if you are from some area and you're watching me from some area, put it in the comment section that says, hey, I'm watching you from certain or this place over there. Without further ado, let's get active. Now, what can we say on this one? What can we actually do in this one? Well, guys, I'm gonna show you something that is I've been showing you already, and just so you guys can actually have it ingrained in your brain. So when you are doing this kind of exercise, first thing first, think about how to get to the answer as quickly as possible. You see right here we have 36 and 12, right? And we have a fourth root. But none of these have any fourth degree of power. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually multiply them. But we're not going to do the multiplication. We're going to do what we call the LCM. I'm going to write 36. I'm going to write 12, right? I'm going to say, okay, for 36, I can go 2 times. And that would be 18, right? Another 2, that would be 9. A 3, that would be 3. And the 2, that would be 1. And for 12, I'm going to say, okay, 2, I get a 6. 2, I get 3. And a 3, I have 1. Now, what do you see here? In both 36 and 12, when you got them together, you're going to get 4 2's. You have a 2 right here and another set of 2. We only have we only have 3 times, not 4 times. Therefore, we can say that this would be the fourth root of 36 a squared b4 a fifth b fifth and times 12, right? Now, for 36, we can say it's going to be the fourth root of 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times, now 12, 2 times 2 times 3. And then we have a squared, and we have a fifth, and a b5. Now, which one, you know what, I'm going to make it even longer now. That would be equal to a fourth. We have 2 times 2. I'm going to write everything now. Times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times a squared times, now a fifth times a squared is basically a 7, right? So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say something like this. Because this is the fourth root, I'm going to say a times a times a times a times a times a times a 7 times, and I'm gonna say times b times b times b times b times b 5 times, and then the b4, actually that's the b4 as well, that would be b times b times b times b again. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take everything that we have in a set of 4 and use that. Here we have 1 2 3 4 2's. So when you take the fourth root of 4 2's, that will be 1 2, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. So basically that actually is the square root of the fourth root of 2 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4 a power of 4 times 1, 2, 3 a power of 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4 b power of 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4 times b power of 4 times b. So now, guys, you guys can see all the 4's together. So now what can we say now? This will be equal to 2. A, b times b will be b squared. And we have the fourth root of what's left. We have 3 cubed, which is 27, times a cubed times b. So therefore, the cube root, oh my bad, this is too big. Therefore, the fourth root of 36 a squared b4 times the fourth root of 12 a fifth b fifth is equal to 2ab squared times the fourth root, oh, this is too close now, ab squared times the fourth root of 27 a cube b. And that is your answer. So I'm hoping that I made it as easily as possible. If it is not made as easily as possible, you can always comment and say, hey, can you do a different scenario so I can understand it much better? But assuming you guys understand, let's move on. Let's do something different. Let's do um, something like this. Let's say we have the square root of, oh, my bad. That's too much. Let's say we have the square root of 2x plus, actually, no. The square root of 2, actually, yes, plus 4 or quantity squared. So what would that equal to? Huh? Okay. So remember, this is basically a plus b quantity squared, right? Which is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So let's apply this into that. So what will a squared? A squared will be the square root of 2x squared plus 2 times a, which is the square root of 2x, times b, which is 4, plus 4 squared, right? Easy. What would that equal to? The square root of 2x squared is equal to what? Is equal to, think about it. Remember, radicals is basically exponent, right? So that could be rewritten as, so the square root of 2x can be written as 2x to the power of half. Now, if you times it by 2, you square it, that will be 2 over 2 equal to 1. So that will be equal to 2x plus 4 times 2 is equal to 8. That will be 8 square root of 2x plus 16. Right? And guess what? That right here, now you can all, if you want, you can actually do a simplification of factorization. You say, okay, I have a 2, so now I can say 2 factor x plus 4 square root of 2x plus 16. Oh, no, my bad, not 16, 8. Right? Like we can say 8. And that will be your answer basically. So right here, that will be the answer of the equation. I guess that wasn't too bad after all. That wasn't too hard. All you have to remember is to use the formula a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, Last example in multiplication. I'm hoping I'm not going too far. Okay. I mean, they are basically the same thing you're gonna be doing over here. It's not anything different. But let's do the last one. Let's do this one. Let's do 2 square root of x minus square root of y. Ooh, okay. Times 3 square root of x plus square root of y. What would that equal to? Well, we're gonna do what we call the for you. You know what for you is? First in, first out, in, and last, basically. So we're gonna do 2 times that. That'll be 2 times 3. Oh, hold on. Let me do it again. We would have 2 times 3 is equal to 6, right? Square root of x times square root of x is equal to square root of x squared, which is equal to x. So that'll be x. 2 square root of x times square root of y will be equal to 2 square root of x and y minus the square root of y times 3 square root of x will be 3 square root of x and y, and square root of y times square root of y will be equal to y. And of course you do the addition, and that will be equal to 6x minus square root of xy minus y. And that's basically your answer right here. So guys, it is that simple basically. It is not actually rocket science. It's very simple as long as you get somebody to make it easy for you to understand. Guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, of course. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And you can donate to the channel as well. Everything is in the link down below. This is Masters. I hope to see you guys again. Until then, Masters out.